Good morning, dear students. So, the chapter Evans tries an O level is all done. I hope it is all clear to you. If there is any doubt, please drop your doubt in doubt section and ask me personally on my WhatsApp. Most welcome. But be clear about this chapter. There should be no confusion. Now, let's discuss the question and answers. The first one is, how did the governor of Oxford Prison describe Evans to the Secretary Examination Board? What did he say about Evans? The governor described Evans as a person who was good at imitating people to the Secretary Examination Board. He also mentioned that he was a congenital kleptomaniac, that is, having a habit to who cannot stop to steal, irresistible urge, desire to steal, and had no record of violence. So this was told by the governor to the Secretary of Examination Board. Although there were a lot of things which were to be told, but governor didn't tell this. What important call did the governor receive when the examination was going on? The important call that the governor received when the examination was going on was from the magistrate court. He was asked to provide a prison van and a couple of prison officers for a remand case. That was very important call he got. And in the end, we came to know that this call was also fake. And in the end, this prison van and the uniform of these police officers was actually used by Evans's friends. And again, Evans was able to escape. What were the precautions taken for the smooth conduct of Evans's O-level examination? This is important uh, for 2 marks and for 6 marks also. Both prison officers checking Evans' prison cell a night before the exam, removing all sharp objects from his cell like his scissors, razor, nail cutter, etc. Checking invigilator McLeary and his suitcase were the precautions taken for the smooth conduct of Evans's O-level examination. You can also write that a microphone was also installed there. Next is, on the day of the examination, with what excuse did Evans keep Stephens out of his cell? What was the actual reason? Evans gave the excuse of being unable to concentrate on his exam if Stephen was sitting behind him. He said, "Oh God, how can I write if something is just sitting so closely to me?" So he was giving this excuse. The actual reason was to get Stephens out of the cell so that he could make arrangements for his escape. He could disguise as McLeary. How did the governor find out where Evans was? The governor thought about the 6-digit reference number, and after putting the two numbers, the index and the center number, that was 313 and 217, together, and with the help of the Ordnance Survey map for Oxfordshire, he reached the hotel to find Evans. How did the governor react to the 2 phone calls he received in quick succession? First call for correction, second call from magistrate's court. The governor had a sharp presence of mind and wanted to give Evans no chance to escape. So he verified the first phone call he received, although we know he was not able to verify it even till the end of the examination, because whenever he called to examinations board, it was always busy. However, he did not do so with the second call, as he thought he was being paranoid. He was overthinking the things. So when the call was there from the magistrate's court, he did not confirm it. Why did Evans not take off his hat when Jackson ordered him to do so? Evans knew that the person who impersonating as McLeary, the invigilator, during the O-level German examination had short hair, because he was actually the person who was coming like a teacher for last 8 months. So they had already planned that how would McLeary look and how would Evans have to look. So he cropped his hair to pass off as McLeary later and wore a hat on exam day. That's why he did not take off his hat when Jackson told him to do so. He knew that Jackson was very emotional kind of person, so he said that this is the cap my mother gave me and this is the kind of lucky charm for me, so please allow me to wear this hat, and Jackson allowed him to do so. How does McLeary explain the presence of a small semi-inflated rubber ring, and what did it actually contain? McLeary tells Jackson that he is suffering from hemorrhoids, piles, and the ring helps him when he has to sit for a long time. So he needed this. In reality, the ring contains pig blood, which Evans would splatter on his head and escape from the hospital as McCleary, who had been injured. And this happened. Evans, who just put that blood over his head, and he was behaving like he was McCleary, and he was able to escape. So it was only because of this semi-inflated rubber ring that he got the blood. How was the injured McCleary able to befool the prison officers? Evans acted artfully as the injured McCleary, and he was also good at mimicry. So he copied everything, the behavior, the sound, everything. The fake blood that he applied was pouring down from his head. With his one hand, he held his handkerchief to his bleeding head. By this, he was able to hide his face from the prison officers. He acted that he was in so much pain that he could not utter a single word. So he didn't speak much, he hid his face. So, yes, he had very smartly acted as the injured McCleary. In this way, he concealed his voice. When he heard the suggestion of bringing in an ambulance, he interrupted. He said no and offered them his help in tracing Evans, whom the authorities thought had escaped. Authorities were thinking Evans had escaped, but Evans was with them, impersonating as McCleary and injured McCleary. So he did not want an ambulance to arrive. He just wanted that he should go out of the prison, and he went with Carter. This was a part of his plan. Evans acting fooled all the officers. Now let's come to the long questions. And now I'm going to give you 12 long questions, but the answer is one. See, we have one answer which can be formed in this kind of questions which are asked. Only with the little changes you can attempt the questions. So the first is, what kind of a person was Evans and how did he manage to escape from the prison? How did Evans outwit the governor and his staff? Write the character sketch of James Roderick Evans. Who was Evans? Describe the role of his friends from the beginning to the end of the plan. Who was Evans? And describe the role of his friends from the beginning to the end of the story. What do you know about Evans? Write down Evans's efforts to escape from the jail. So whatever the sense is there of question, you have just one answer. How did Evans cheat the governor and his staff? How did Evans and his friends carry out the escape of Evans meticulously and successfully? Or eighth, this is important. How did Evans have the last laugh? Was appearing for O-level exam Evans's strategy to escape from the prison? Explain it. Or describe the plan hatched by Evans and his friends to get Evans out of the prison. Again, the role of friends. How did Evans prove that he was a man of high wits? His intelligence. What was Evans's intention behind taking O-level exam? So these are the 12 questions. Now just with making the slight changes in the beginning and in the ending based on the questions given to you, you can answer it beautifully with the answer I'm going to give you further. But remember that you will have to make slight changes in the beginning and in the ending based on the questions asked in the exam. So you should connect the answer with the question asked by adding some lines in beginning and in ending. Keep that in mind. So the answer is Evans, whose full name was James Roderick Evans, was a prisoner in the Oxford prison. He was also known as Evans the Break because he had escaped from the jail even before. That was for 3 times. As far as his personality was concerned, he was fun-loving. He lived his life the way he wanted. He was good at imitating, which benefited him in his final escape when he was acting like McCleary. The way he impersonated himself as McCleary was unbelievable. Although he had escaped from the jail, he had no record of violence. There should be no doubt in it if we call him a man of high wits. He was intelligent. He had an ability to study human mind. It helped him a lot in befooling the governor and the prison officials. He knew that Jackson was emotional, so he used that. He knew that Stephen was still untrained and was a little bit stupid, so he used Stephen's also to the fullest, and the governor too. There are various examples that make us realize that he was literally a man of high wits. His strategy began right from the time when Evans pretended to appear for O-level exam. If he had not got successful in getting the exam, in getting the governor convinced, he would have failed to make his final escape. अगर बिगिनिंग ही ना होती क्लासेस की तो कोई उसका फ्रेंड नहीं आता, कोई प्लान नहीं बनता. सो द बिगिनिंग वॉज व्हेन ही प्रिटेंडेड दैट ही वांटेड टू स्टडी. We cannot forget the role of his cunning and clever friends either. So you're getting part by part answer to all the questions asked. They were also as important as Evans himself. They helped Evans at every point, such as the German teacher, whom the prison authorities arranged for Evans, was also made available by Evans's friends. McLeary, who was going to be invigilator for Evans's exam, was also one of Evans's friends. Real McLeary was gagged and bound, so one of his friends came. As for the real McLeary, they tied him at his home by gagging his mouth and sent someone else. With the help of him, Evans managed to get a tube containing blood that he used while impersonating himself as McLeary. Without the efforts of Evans's friends, it might not have been possible to escape for Evans from the grip of the governor. The governor almost arrested him at the Golden Lion Hotel and called for the local police. They made him sit in the van, but the men used so they made him sit in the van, but the men in the van were not prison officials. They were Evans's friends. Thus, he had the last laugh at the governor. So in this way, you can see that Evans was very intelligent. You can also know lines about Evans's character sketch, the role of friends, how he was able to have the last laugh. So all these questions are there in just one answer. And now, some common acronyms. We use the short forms. BTW, by the way. IDK, that is known to everyone, that is I don't know. IMO, in my opinion. LOL is laughing out loud. Some also take it wrong as lots of love. No, it is laughing out loud. OMG, oh my god. TTYL refers to talk to you later. LMK, let me know. THX, thanks, very simple. IDC, I don't care. Next, RAM for random access memory, ROM for read-only memory, DVD, digital versatile disk, GPU, graphics processing unit, HDD, hard disk drive, LAN, local area network, USB, universal serial bus, internet protocol, IP, and WWW, World Wide Web. EFL, English as a foreign language. ESL, English as a second language. ELT, English language teaching. MLA, Modern Language Association. IPA refers to International Phonetic Alphabet. RP, Received Pronunciation. BC, British Council. NNS, Non-Native Speaker. TOEFL, TOEFL, Test of English as a foreign language. So these are some of the acronyms. Write them down and note down all the questions in your fair notebook. On Wednesday, you are going to have a subjective test of this chapter, Evans Tries an O-Level. All the best. Do read this.